you pitch this film for people to come see it? Would you say it's a cross between Ocean's 11 and Inglourious Bastards?
I don't know if the Inglourious Bastards so much. I think it would be, I mean, Ocean's 11 because we put a group together. There was a movie called The Train, which was about art a long time ago. It's maybe Da Vinci Code, so we could throw a little art in there. But mostly it's, what it really is for us it was an interesting story because we know most of the World War II stories by now. So it's very rare to have something that's this new and this big a story, which is this much art was stolen.
Tell us about your relationship with Jean Dujardin. How did it come together? What type of actor is he?
Well, I love it. I met him when he was up for the Oscar for The Artist, and I was up for The Descendants, and we did all those party circuits and everything together. He didn't speak very much English, and my French is much worse than his English, and so we did a lot of hand signals and stuff. But we became friends, and I called and asked him to do the film. And he said yes, and he speaks much better English now. And first of all, he is just a world-class actor. He's really good. And he's also one of the funniest men I've ever seen in my life. And we had just the greatest time. I can't tell you how highly I think of him. He's really very fun.
How do you explain the huge success of Gravity?
I think it's probably because I was in it. I think, there's special effects and there's Sandy Bullock, but I think if you look really into the film, I think it's probably those 30 minutes that I'm in the film. I think that's the secret to it.
From all of the movies you've seen in your life, what is your favorite scene and why?
Of all the movies ever?
Yeah.
Well, I guess my favorite scene in a movie, it's a tough call because there are a lot of them. I think I'd probably pick a scene from the very last scene in All the President's Men, where Jason Robards tells Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford that they did a good job and go back, take a break, get some sleep for 15 minutes and get back on it because nothing's writing on it except the Constitution in the United States. And it's a beautifully crafted, beautiful scene and one of my favorite all-time films.
Are you still working on doing a remake for The Birds from Hitchcock?
No, we were never doing that. That's sort of that was a rumor that got put out there that we weren't doing.
So beyond films, you're a humanitarian-driven person. Tell us about your current activism and what your fights are that you're fighting for right now.
Well, there are a couple of things that I've been, I still have this satellite over the Sudan, and things are going rather poorly in the newest country in the world, South Sudan. And so we keep a satellite on it, and we're trying to get pictures of the violence so that we're able to hold people accountable, because right now there isn't any accountability and there's no video. And so I have a satellite over the Sudan, and I fund that by doing fundraisers and things like that. And I'm very interested in Yulia Tymoshenko, who's a political prisoner in Ukraine, who was the former prime minister. And I'm very interested. The EU said if the Ukraine was to come in, one of their stipulations was that you have to free this woman because it's a political prisoner and only a political prisoner. I'm very interested in her being released, which she will at some point. So there's things I'm looking into.
Oh, very exciting.
Did you like our French jokes in the thing?
Yes, I enjoyed them completely because I can relate because my French is horrible.
It is?
Horrible.
Was Matt Damon's French is the worst you've ever heard?
You know what? I can't tell because my French is bad, So, it sounded good to me.
Oh, yeah, good. Then your French is...